Amplify Georgia Collaborative, where we work every day at the local and state levels to protect and expand abortion access in Georgia.
Yeah!
And I think I can speak for all of my colleagues when I say we are pissed off and exhausted. But we are also hopeful. And how can we be hopeful in this moment? Because we at Amplify Georgia Collaborative believe in our collective power and in the future of abortion access. I work every day with abortion funders, advocates, reproductive justice leaders, and community members to make that a reality. And we know our federal courts have failed us. We are in a state right now under a gold dome that is hell-bent on keeping our rights away from us. But I still have hope, because we are standing in a city that is the birthplace of the reproductive justice movement.
Oh, shit, Memorial now?
I am and you are a part of a long, rich legacy of freedom fighters. We are continuing the work of Black women like Mabel Thomas, Loretta Ross, and Billie Avery. We are continuing the work of countless people that I can't name because white supremacy and patriarchy erased them from the history books. But let's let them hear us now. And let's talk more about that legacy. I cannot stand here without a proper land acknowledgement. We are standing on stolen land, on a land where indigenous people and enslaved Africans had to control their fertility with sacred practices under the brutality of white supremacy. We honor that legacy of self-managed abortion. We continue that long legacy of exercising our right to bodily autonomy. However we choose to control our bodies, we deserve dignity and freedom. Nobody should fear for their freedom for making the decision to end their pregnancy.
Exactly.
We know that safe abortions can happen at home and in clinics. My feminist movement is anti-racist. My pro-choice movement is not rooted in imagery of fear and punishment. Our movement is rooted in radical love. We will not go back to an ideology that reduces womanhood to anatomy.
Yep.
Trans and non-binary freedom is my freedom.
Same.
The freedom to be gender expansive in this society is your freedom. And so we're here because the federal courts have failed us.
Yep.
And this isn't the first time. This is the same white supremacist Supreme Court that told my ancestors that they were only 3/5 of a person in 1857. So are we that surprised?
I thought that was from the very beginning.
I am a part of generations of women and men and gender expansive folks who have stood in this spot in front of that building to defend their rights. They were not stopped then, and we will not be stopped now. There is not a court that will save us. There is not a politician that will save us.
Well,
We will save ourselves. Say it with me, y'all. We will save ourselves.
We will save ourselves!
And we also know that even with Roe v. Wade as the law of the land right now, abortion is not affordable. It is not accessible to everyone who needs it.
nope.
Poor folks, rural folks, LGBTQIA+ folks, immigrants and refugees are suffering now from lack of access.
Should be free.
We cannot leave those folks behind.
Nope.
There are Georgians right now who are deciding whether to get their lights turned off or to get an abortion, and that is not okay.
Nope.
There are young people right now trying to navigate the restrictive and unfair parental consent laws so that they can try to get an abortion. many now with Roe v. Wade in place. We need you to stand up, to speak up, to come out for those folks. And I know you all are just as furious as I am that the Supreme Court is planning to overturn Roe v. Wade. But I'm also here to tell you that that anger, that upset can be channeled to something beautiful, to something generative, so that when our descendants, decades from now, are here, they will know the impact of what we're trying to do.
This is our time.
So don't let this be the last time your voices are heard. We can build power and change the future of abortion access right now, in local governments, in that building right there, and in your neighborhood and in your homes. What can you do? First of all, tell your communities that right now abortion is still legal in Georgia. Say it with me, y'all. Abortion is still legal in Georgia. Let's not let misinformation keep folks from attending their appointments.
Hell no.
And let's get together and tell the Atlanta City Council and the mayor that we want our tax dollars to support abortion.
Hell yeah.
Sign our petition to tell the Atlanta City Council that they can and should fund abortion care.
We can fund all these daggum wars. We can do that.
Visit the Amplified Georgia table right over there to learn how you can get plugged in. And on the state level, we need our legislators to take us seriously, to know that they cannot enter that building without being true representatives of the people in this plaza. We will not be fighting to maintain the status quo. We need folks to know that they should not have to face a mandatory waiting period to access health care.
Hell no.
No young person should have to jump through hoops and interact with the legal system to get permission to have an abortion.
No.
We need a Georgia Reproductive Freedom Act that doesn't uphold the status quo, but actually affirms the right for us to decide what to do with our pregnancies and our bodies. And the only way we can actually make this happen is if we all come together. We know abortion is freedom and reproductive justice is liberation. So whether you're most comfortable making phone calls or taking to the streets, there is a place for you in this movement.
Woo!
There is a future for abortion access if we create it together. And so I am going to end with a chant from another Black revolutionary, Assata Shakur. Repeat after me. It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love each other and support each other.
We must love each other and support each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
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 One more time. We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
Let's get to work, y'all.
Woo!